Sharper Point Commentary, presented by Schwartz Laser Eye Center.
Even though there's still a bit of a bounce in my voice this morning, it's probably because I'm trying to overcompensate for my sad feelings this morning. Yesterday, for the second time in less than 2 months, we sent a family member to the afterlife. Because euthanasia is not legal in Arizona, of course, I'm talking about a furry family member. The furry family member who started my family's dog rescue journey more than 14 years ago. Her name was Shiloh, but she had a name and a life before us, a long life before us, and an even longer life after she became a part of us. In fact, such a long life that we really can take comfort in saying that she lived a good long life before a veterinarian came to our house yesterday to send her over the Rainbow Bridge. She was named Maisie when we adopted her from a dog rescue organization that my wife and I went on to rescue another dog from. And before our two daughters came into the picture, fostered more than 40 dogs for. It was suspected by the rescue that the people who surrendered Maisie were actually her owners rather than some people who happened to find her after she was hit by a car. Either way, she was already an old dog, but without knowing a birth date, a vet had to make an estimate. Based on certain factors, she figured that our Shiloh was 10 years old when we adopted her, more than 14 and a half years ago. It's not tough to do the math to figure out that when she went over that Rainbow Bridge yesterday, our miniature Schnauzer was more than 24. A little harder to do the math to figure out that she was likely more than 170 in dog years. If you're a regular listener, you may recall that back in November, just days before Thanksgiving, I talked about losing a Schnauzer mix named Comet. She was only a part of our family's picture for about 4.5 years. If it sounds like we have a thing for Schnauzers, blame that on my wife. She was raised with a couple of purebred Schnauzers. But when we made that decision to add dogs to our lives all those years ago, my wife realized where her family's purebred dogs likely came from, a breeder. Doing further investigation, she learned about puppy mills, breeding operations, which often involve adult dogs whose lives are primarily spent in cages because they're just tools to make puppies and money. There are some responsible, humane breeders out there, and there are reasons to get a specific breed of dog because of their temperament or their ability to do a job for their human owners. But for the most part, we already have enough dogs that are in need of a home, and that's why we decided to adopt. And there's really no point in creating more, we figured. And because of how we acquired a probably purebred dog, there's no reason to go to a breeder to find one. Whether you're looking for a German Shepherd, a Lhasa Apso, or just about any other breed, there is a rescue organization in the Valley that specializes in them, and with a little patience and some research, you can find the dog you think best fits you and your family. But I'd like to put it in a pitch for the mutts. Dogs that are mixed breeds tend to have fewer health issues and can have better temperaments as well. When I say adopt, don't shop. I'm not putting down anybody who's bought a dog, but I think before you do so, you should consider rescuing one first. Maybe, just maybe, you'll end up with a dog that beats the odds and lives to the ripe old age of 24.
Thanks for watching Sharper Point. Click to see more from Arizona's Morning News and tap the button in the middle to subscribe.